anybody. Do my little dance while I do my God goodness. They thought I was tripping or popping the molly.
All right. Welcome back to Bring the Juice. I got my fellow lunch pail guy Steve with me today.
Let's go.
Boys are getting after it. Army of Grit. Make sure you're engaged. Put your fucking seatbelt on because we're about to go to the rocket ship and get on our way to the moon. Piss is hot, fired up. Lot to break down.
Let's go.
Lot to break down. Let's start out. Indiana won the national championship. They finished the job 16-0. Kurt Signetti is that guy.
So after going and seeing them live, I felt like I kind of had a little peace.
Yeah.
And I sat next to a guy that was from Indiana. I don't know, mid-50s. Had a few beers with him. We've talked about this before. His passion made me feel like, man, I really want to. I could say, oh, I saw that team play in person. My heart rate was high.
Great natty.
Great game.
So the game was the game. Fernando Mendoza. If you had any doubt, was this guy a dog? I get his stat line. He didn't throw for a bunch of touchdown passes.
Right.
He didn't throw for 400. One play. The 4th and 5. Okay. They called a QB sneak.
Well, first let's talk about this. They're going to kick field goal. They called timeout so they could say,
yeah. I don't think so.
And you've talked about like the nuts on Signetti. I will say when they, called the timeout, I was like, there's no way he's going to go for it.
4th and 3, maybe 4th and 4. I'm like, okay. They got a good 4th and 3 play.
Yeah.
4th and 5's a long ways.
When
5 yards on a football field is a fucking long ways.
Yeah.
Especially with that psycho-ass D-line from Miami.
Their defense was balling for sure.
They were balling. So the ball's on him. And if you ever had any doubt about Fernando Mendoza, that 4th and 5, the nuts it took, yes, he got the first down. He did his job. Great play call. But he finished it.
Yes.
He Supermaned into the end zone.
Dude,
it was awesome.
I just want to, he hit a spin move. He trucked the linebacker, then hit a spin move, and then just knowing to just dive and lay out because he's about to get smoked by somebody.
But had the IQ to understand, like, hey, they're going to try to punch the ball out. I got to put this thing out. I got to bring it back in.
It
was awesome.
So good.
It was juice.
I don't know if you heard or have seen online all the like Instagram, Twitter, all the stuff like talking about how he said some highly suspect stuff.
So
that
he
cracked me up.
I believe the quote is,
I'll get hit from the front and the back.
I'll take
anything for the guys.
I'll take shots from the front, shots from the back, anything for my guys.
I just want to address one thing for the internet as a whole. The guy's talking about a football game where he knows I could have gotten hit from behind me or I could have gotten hit from somebody coming and trying to,
Which leads to the question.
Which makes perfect sense in football context. What's up with all you freaky people out there? Okay?
Well, let's hang on here. Fernando Mendoza. I get hit from the front. I get hit from the back for my boys. Okay? I think he's a pretty smart guy.
You think he knew?
I think he slams beers.
Okay. I'm glad you say this.
I think you know what? There's nothing wrong with being politically correct and doing the right thing when the camera's on you and then slamming beers with your buddies behind the scenes. And I hope he's that guy because if he slams beers, if Fernando Mendoza slams beers, I think his NFL career chances of having a success are going to go up like 40% right then and there.
I'll tell you this. When they asked him, like, hey, you're back in front of your home crowd. You have a lot of people here watching the game. What's it going to be like tonight with your family? And he goes, it's going to be a wild night. That answer right there, the way he laughed, I know he went out last night and got after it.
And
even Johnny Manziel style.
I would love for like a charitable cause if Fernando Mendoza had some sort of auction. It was like, hey, $5,000 and, the bottle service is on you, but I'll come get fucked up with you. I would consider that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want Fernando Mendoza on the pod someday.
I would love it. Yeah.
But I'd rather go out, get a boozy dinner, hit a second location with him, and really let him loose. Get him a couple Henny 7s.
Okay.
See how he starts spitting game.
He
dropped the F-bomb, and he was like, "Oh, I had to show who I really am."
Yeah.
Okay, you just won the fucking natty. It's okay to drop.
I was dying laughing.
I loved it.
Yeah, same.
I loved it. So
here's one thing about Fernando Mendoza though that I noticed.
Okay, go ahead.
And I don't know if anybody else has seen this yet, but does he fake cry at the end of his interviews? Is that like
he's just an emotional guy?
Well, no, because they were like recording him, and I could be catching this all wrong, but he like did his like thing, and it looked like he was gonna start crying, and then it panned to another camera in the same moment, and he's like totally like normal face, like ready to go. Is he? I don't know.
I'm not gonna put him on fake cry alert. I'm not gonna.
No. I was just saying because it's just it was a question that came up in my head, but I love how passionate he is about this stuff.
Do you think? Okay, so Kurt Cignetti, I don't know why, but what he did with Indiana, people are saying it's almost at Saban level already because he did this with like no cream of the crop 5-star recruits. Right, he did this with mainly 3 and 4 stars.
Yeah,
I don't even think he had any 4 stars. Actually, I think he had mainly 3 stars, a couple 4 stars.
Yeah,
a lot of JMU guys.
Yep.
Is it more impressive than what Nick Saban did? The answer is no. Nick Saban's still the GOAT, but I do think this gets him up to a Kirby Smart level already.
Yeah, I think what we're going to see is something special play out. Like I think,
well, it's got to keep going.
And I think it's going to happen. Just the way that he's called his shots, the way – because I've kind of started looking more into it and, like, research – like, obviously he has that famous interview, Google Me, that whole thing, which is awesome. But when you look back, I mean, there's the basketball clip of him saying Purdue sucks, but so does Ohio State, Michigan. Like, you kind of do a little more digging than just the surface level, and you realize this guy just has ultimate confidence and stuff, and he's – never lost. He's never had a losing season. Yeah. I think this landscape of college football only helps him. It's only a place where he can succeed. He's talked about having a pivot, having a change to have success, and obviously in today's day and age, that's what we have to do. But like you said, it's going to take longevity. I could see, I mean, think of a recruiting standpoint right now. He's going to have everybody
If you're a quarterback in the transfer portal, why would you not want to go to Indiana?
Yeah.
Like, fuck who they have at weapons. Like, they win.
And it's hard to build, look at the landscape of college football right now. It's hard to build culture. You see guys that are, you can use Fresno State as an example, right? Like the guys that were freshmen that went through are transferring now. Guys that played with Joe that were freshmen that came in with Joe.
Right.
They're all gone. Those were like the core guys. So you look at a program now like Indiana, people are only going to want to go there because of the culture building aspect that they've created. Like they've shown that they can take guys that are maybe average or 3 stars, maybe overlooked a little bit, and have some talent and create a successful program.
Win a natty. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas Tech did that, but Texas Tech didn't finish.
I think there's something special. I do think Fernando Mendoza has shown he's a Heisman because. Think about if any other quarterback – there was almost a pick six. He almost did a pick six. And good thing he was on time and the corner didn't go for the ball because it probably would have been pick six. Every part of football in the last 2 weeks that we've watched, every single game, it has literally come down to who doesn't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
That's normal football, but
it's
I feel like it's been –
turnover margin, not doing stupid shit.
I feel like it's been like almost put under a – magnifying glass of how important that is. Like we've heard it our whole career, but you start to look at it. That's one play, away from Indiana not winning. Think about the Penn State game.
Of course.
Clutch.
Tony toe tap in the fucking end zone.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be hard to recreate something like that, something crazy special. But I think Cignetti, I think we are, like everybody's been saying, we're in the Cignetti era. I think he's going to be a menace. And he's the one that changed my mind about blowing teams out. I remember I was like a few weeks back, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to blow this team out. Like maybe put the 2s in, put the 3s in, and call, some simple plays.
Yeah.
After seeing what Cignetti has been doing to these teams, I'm like, I love that. I absolutely love that.
He talked the talk and walked the walk.
It's like Conor McGregor when he was talking shit to everybody.
Exactly. He was knocking motherfuckers out.
And I'm glad that was on this I'm glad we were on this train of watching that.
We saw the whole thing.
We saw the whole thing.
From a mature standpoint, from a professional analyst standpoint.
Yes. Professionals.
All right, let's get into it. So, Buffalo Bills, they can Sean McDermott, okay? And it just makes me think. There's a couple hires now, but there's been 10 openings for head coaches in the NFL this year.
Yes.
And it makes me think, do these teams already have a candidate in mind when they fire? Because a guy like Sean McDermott, similar to John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh was on the Ravens. Okay, they didn't win the Super Bowl. They've had success, but they haven't got the job done. Come down to like 1 or 2 plays at the end of the year.
Yeah.
You knew John Harbaugh was going to go get another job. And, hey, Baltimore, you don't like John Harbaugh? Well, these probably, 28, 25 other teams in the NFL would die to have John Harbaugh.
They're licking their chops.
The Bills is a little surprising for as deep as they made a run. You have Josh Allen, who probably is the number 1 quarterback you'd want to start a team with if you had your pickings
Right.
now. Did the Buffalo Bills know who they want to hire before they fired Sean McDermott?
I think we've gotten into this weird culture of firing people because you're not winning the big game.
Yeah.
And you and Aaron a few weeks ago were like laughing and joking with me because I had said the obvious of one team wins every year. But you think about it, that means 31 teams in the NFL are they're not winning. So, how are you looking at that and saying, well, we were top 10, you would say, in the NFL this year?
Bills?
I
mean, you could say they were top 8.
Top
right?
8. Yeah, top 8. That's obviously not good enough for them. And I love that from a standards point. But for me, it's like, I'm a Titans fan. Talked about it a few times. We let Vrabel go. We fired Vrabel. Look at what he's doing now. He's probably going to go to a Super Bowl, and he's probably going to have a good chance of winning a Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
Do you think that we're kicking ourselves as Titans fans? Absolutely. We had Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown. All we needed was to get a decent quarterback. We didn't do it. We just let them all go. So I don't know. But then, you look at like Andy Reid with the Eagles, fire him, and then now he's over here having success for another team. So is this just a point for McDermott to go get a new, or Harbaugh go get
need a change of scenery?
Go get them? Is it? I guess a question that comes up for me is, we saw Coach T, he resigns. Is it one of those things where maybe Sean McDermott is like, hey,
this ain't working.
Maybe we just go separate ways.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I think Coach Tomlin, that was a different situation because he's been there, 18 years now?
Long time.
And it was, hey, everyone's out for my head. I don't know.
It's time. Fans are calling for it.
Like fuck it. Like, you guys do your thing. But he probably also has had to deal with a different quarterback since Big Ben left.
Yeah.
And I don't think he wants to go through that cycle again.
Yeah.
I can see Mike Tomlin going to the Bills and having great success.
Yeah. He said he's going to sit this year out, right?
Fair.
This one season.
Yeah. I mean, Vrabel did.
Yeah.
Vrabel took it easy for a little bit. Sometimes you just got to get out of the game.
Hard reset.
And you know what? You got to think. There's all these coaches.
Dry January.
There's all these openings.
Right?
Do you want to just go to the booty call that's available, or do you want to wait till all the girls are available for the dance?
You can take your pick.
Another one. John Harbaugh gets hired to the New York Giants.
I like that.
And then the Buffalo Bills gig becomes available. Was there a doubt in John Harbaugh's mind? Did he flinch? Did he consider taking an interview after being the Giants head coach for one day? I think so.
I would definitely. I mean, I would definitely be like, I'd rather be at the Bills than the Giants
right now.
But caveat: you have a young quarterback that has shown he can play, and a young running back that's hungry. There was a little kind of spark that you saw from that whole organization, from the fans,
Absolutely.
And not even the fans of the Giants, from the fans in the NFL. I feel like it was more than just.
I was
excited.
We were excited to watch the Giants play football.
Yeah, and I think that is opportunity right now. We talked about how our team's feeling at the end of the year, going into the next year. I'll tell you this: Bills fans aren't stoked.
No, but Giants fans are excited right now.
Giants fans are. They're going nuts.
Titans fans just hired Robert Saleh.
Exactly.
I'd be excited.
I'm excited.
Right?
And that's the thing is, I feel like we're in this weird phase where some teams are going to get a diamond, not even in the rough, but a diamond's just going to fall in their lap. And other teams are like, shit, what are we doing?
Well, I think there's 7 coaching. As we're shooting this, there's 7 opportunities still available. And I'm really looking at it going, who are you going to get?
Everybody's talking about Bills, Signetti. Is that like
Fucking awesome.
imagine?
Does Kurt Signetti go to the Buffalo Bills? I think Buffalo Bills' best two options, because right now, I don't think they necessarily yes, they need a scheme. They need a magician. But for that, you got to hire the right offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Right? They need a Kurt Signetti or a John Gruden.
Oh.
They need a pirate.
Yeah.
They need a heavy-hitting pirate. They need a bad guy in there.
Yeah, a villain.
They need a villain. And Kurt Signetti's a villain. He is. He likes that. He likes that
Dude,
pressure.
I mean,
he's fucking Batman right now.
I'm just sitting there as I'm watching the game, and like they get like a very important first down, and they pan to his face, and he's just sitting there like this.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting there thinking, like, you know, when I was playing football, and it's like, you know, we have a big play, and you hear the crowd go nuts, and you're like, holy smokes, I'm in this moment, and it's awesome.
He doesn't flinch.
Dude, this guy's just sitting. I'm like, I don't think my body can allow me to sit.
Saban had that same.
I don't think
he
I could
has that
sit
trait.
there and the
He
crowd
has that
erupts
trait.
and not be like, let's go.
I mean, even on that 4th and 5, how do you not go like, fuck yeah, baby?
Give a Tiger Woods fist pump.
Just a little. One of those, just a little. One of those. That's
Yeah.
it.
Like Tiger's making the comeback, but he hasn't gotten close enough to give a full go.
He
So
just
he gives
sunk.
like
He's in the top 3, and he just sunk a birdie from 10 feet out on hole 13.
and he's just giving a.
Got the job done.
Yeah.
Knocked another stroke down,
Yes.
baby. One of those.
I love that.
I think the Bills, though, can make a splash. Another thing that happened in the league this week. So, getting into just one play from the Broncos and one play from the Rams.
Yeah, I have an
Okay.
opinion on this.
So, there was a controversial interception in the Broncos game that ended the Bills. Okay. And then there was a catch in the Rams game that was ruled a catch and not an interception.
Yeah,
If you look at them side by side, which we'll play the clip here, they're the same sequence.
I completely disagree.
Okay.
Let's get
Tell me the difference of the two.
Okay, one is a
Let's start with the Rams one.
Rams one. It's like maybe it's a dig or a post, some sort of in-breaking route, cross-field route that is 15 to 20 yards down the field. Maybe 20 yards, maybe 25 yards. I can't remember the exact depth. But it's more of a line drive throw. He's catching it. He takes like 2 baby steps. He has like his feet underneath him is taking kind of baby little wobble steps.
Wobble steps.
Yeah, I don't know what you
Okay.
call it. And his knee clearly goes down. He clearly had firm possession, and that is being touched by a defender. He's down by contact. Another one is a guy jumping up for a ball, falling to the ground,
And coming down.
and never has his feet under him or anything like that. Never has firm possession or really any possession of the ball. It's moving around the whole time, and it doesn't touch the ground. And the other guy scoops it up. Like, I feel like they're just complete one. And not to mention that one's a downfield shot. That's a 3 ball, like with a lot of arch.
Broncos one?
The Broncos one it's a deep ball, like 40, 50 yards down the field, over the shoulder. You know, completely different sequence. Like falling down, like this, more than catching the ball like this and turning.
I think when it comes down to, listen, part of sports is having referees.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's similar to the easiest example is probably in baseball, where you have an umpire behind the plate, and your first at bat, you kind of got to feel out his strike zone,
Yeah.
right? Is he calling stuff high? Is he calling stuff low?
And
Is he hugging the plate? Does the ball have to be completely over the plate for him to call a strike? If it edges half,
Think about this,
strike.
right?
How big's that strike zone that day?
After you're at bat, you might have got struck out, you might have got walked. You're going back to the dugout. You're like, hey guys, he's doing blah blah blah
Right.
today. He's
But
this today.
there's an element in baseball which is hilarious because baseball, you could literally put a virtual X and AI probably strikes the balls.
We'll tell you.
But whatever. In sports, referees are part of the game, and sometimes there is calls made, and sometimes there's calls that aren't made.
Yeah.
I think that's relevant towards in motion, like things you can't go back to the booth for. A holding call. if you really wanted to, you could probably call a holding call every single play.
We
Right?
were in a group chat, and like I was talking about it. I want to go back and see. Or maybe somebody will do it online. How many holding calls were not called in the national championship game? Because
I would say probably 35.
I would say more, dude. It seemed like every big play was like that was there's holding there.
I mean, I'm looking at perimeter blocking by wide receivers. You're taught get your hands inside.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're capturing that.
They're showing slow motions, and the receiver or the tight end blocking has both hands on his back numbers.
Or you're seeing
And
their
they're like, look at how great of a block this is. I'm like, I would get motherfucked in film for this.
I'm not getting any reps next week in fall camp because of this.
Exactly.
Like shoulder pads being ripped up. But anyways, back to what we were talking about with, I think is some gray area in reffing. You know, a lot of people have talked about. You remember when we used to have, like when we played college ball, the referees would come and be like, hey guys, this year, DBs, just so you know, if you get your head around, we're going to let you hand fight a little bit. We're going to let you blah, blah, blah.
And I think every conference staff is a little different.
They are.
SEC is probably going to let you play a little bit more than the Pac-12.
Right.
Right? A little more physical.
Same thing. Think about this, right?
Okay, Steve, we got a side-by-side comparison here.
Okay, let's start with the top one.
River, run that back.
Run that. Yeah. Let's start with the top one.
Okay, deep. It's on the seam.
I mean, that's like 50 yards downfield. Jump ball.
Never really stuck it.
Never. Yeah. If you actually watch a clip from the back angle too, you see the ball is like twisting out of his hands. He's never has full control. Okay, now let's go to the bottom one.
Okay.
Watch completely like it's a shorter pass.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's
You're right.
He's getting hung up.
They're similar, but they're not the same.
Yeah. Yeah, they're similar.
And also, you got to remember, you're watching this. We're watching this on our fucking couch in ultra slow motion.
Yes.
You know how fast these bullets fly?
Well, and the other thing that is insane to me, did people forget that the call on the field is important?
Of course.
Like, that's the most important part.
It has to be undeniable evidence
Yes.
for it to be overturned.
So it's like, yeah, whatever they call on the field, you better hope that they don't call the wrong thing on the field because you're going to have to be perfect to get it overturned.
Agreed. Bears-Rams, cold game, okay?
They did struggle.
They had marshmallows on the sideline for the hot chocolate. I thought that was a
Dude.
nice touch.
Did they have broken up candy cane?
I think we're past that stage. You can't
Okay.
be
You can't do
drinking. I don't think candy canes are even available to the United States past
this-
January 7th.
Maybe if you go to Dollar
You're a
Tree.
real sicko.
Maybe Dollar Tree has them.
I think my grandma gets them for next year this time. She tries to save a buck.
Dude, okay. So was it Bailey's then? Did they have Bailey's?
I'm sure.
That's probably live.
I would have jungle juiced that motherfucker in a heartbeat.
Why not?
Get a little warm and fuzzy inside.
Exactly.
I saw cayenne pepper on the feet.
Okay, I want to know who.
I got to call bullshit on that.
Dude, I looked it up, and it said that it actually works.
I think next time you go snowboarding, you try it out.
Yes. I think I might try it out. I might try it out after this.
Just walk around barefoot.
Walk around barefoot outside and just put some of that baby on. See what happens.
Could be. Cold game, though.
I want to know who the heck was like, I'm going to put this pepper on my feet.
I think people do some fucked up shit.
Or was it one of those things where they're like, dang, this is good. Like I'm eating food. And then I'm like, wait, it's cold outside, but the only thing that's not cold is
My lips.
and my hands. And then they're like, let me put it on my.
What type of food is heavy on cayenne pepper?
I have no clue.
Chicken wings?
I could see that. Is it like a Cajun thing? Like a.
Salsa. You can mix up dry salsa, dry cayenne peppers in your salsa.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know, but unique. Good strat.
For sure.
Good strategy.
That Caleb Williams 4th down touchdown in the end zone.
Dude.
I mean,
I could not believe it.
Nobody could believe it. The announcers, who were pretty like smooth guys,
Lost it.
they were like, "What the?" I mean, they're so. That was Chris Collinsworth, I think.
They've had some great views from the fans, like up the nosebleeds.
They were going ape shit.
Holy smokes! I
did not believe that was going to happen.
Well, like right off the bat, when it first happened, he was running so far back, there was nothing
Dude,
in
from the
screen.
50.
There was nothing in screen.
Look at this shit.
Yeah.
About to take a 30-yard sack. Shoot from the 50. Bang.
Dude, Well, there
For sure, offensive PI. But
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is there was so much separation. I was like, oh, that's gonna be PI. If you actually kind of watch it, I don't know if it was PI. I
Well,
feel
they
like
didn't call it, so it wasn't PI.
well, like it's just from the way their momentums were going.
I know that. I think the Bears are here to stay, bro.
I'm really curious on what's gonna happen because I think Ben Johnson. I'm a Ben Johnson fan now.
Dude,
Like,
I think the Bears are here to stay, and Caleb Williams might fuck around and be that guy.
okay, here's my only caveat to this because I've had this opinion about quarterbacks like Caleb Williams. Like even if we go to Patrick Mahomes, I think what we're seeing. I was kind of prefacing this earlier. Turnovers are everything, right?
Of course.
Risky. The Bears, they just ran out of juice. They ran out of time, right? Like they couldn't make the next big play.
No.
And if you look at even look at the Texans, lots of turnovers, couldn't dig themselves out of it. Same thing with the Bills, couldn't dig themselves out of it. Look at the quarterbacks that are doing well and winning. It's guys like Drake May that don't turn the ball over a lot, things like that. My question to you is, do you think even with a quarterback like Caleb Williams that kind of relies on
Magic?
Yeah, the magical play or the impossible play to get stuff done, he's not going to beat you standing in the pocket. Do you think those kind of guys are hit or miss seasonally of if things are clicking?
I think a prime example of this situation for the Bears, and you compared Caleb Williams having certain tendencies similar to Patrick Mahomes, just being magic men. Right?
Yeah. Like making it something out of nothing that shouldn't have happened.
It's going to be one of two ways. Josh Allen is kind of in that category, and he's consistently made it work. But his running abilities kind of been the backbone of that. Right? Sometimes he's slinging that bitch, sometimes he's running for 4 touchdowns.
And it's because he's just extremely large.
And he knows how to ball. He knows how to do shimmy and shake and run people over. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know why my head went to this. The Chiefs in 2024, in one-score games, in situations where there's 2 minutes left and they're down, they were like 11-1 or something like that.
In winning those games.
2025, I think they were like 4-7, right?
Yeah.
That's the difference between having a 12-win season and a 6-win season.
Yep.
The Bears this year win, they win 13 games, something like that. I don't think they'll be able to win 10 of those games again. It's gonna the law of averages is gonna trim them down.
Right.
I would say if I was a sports book, the over/under on wins for the Bears next year is probably going to be 9.5.
Okay.
And I would take the under on that.
I agree. Yeah.
Not because also you're not sneaking up on anybody anymore.
You're not beating the brakes off of some teams early in the season because
the Lions
they didn't.
still have Dan Campbell, he's gonna get. He's
gonna reload.
The Packers, they ain't gonna get used to being
little bro.
They're like, that shit was cute. We're coming with vengeance, and they ended it with the sour taste in their mouth, right? And then, Vikings, they actually had finished the year off pretty fucking good. Vikings finished off 9-8, bro. Like sneakily, the Vikings finished 9-8. They were shit at one point. And some of those games were hospital games, but they might fuck around and knock the Bears off and at least split that series 1-1 to where I don't think if you're the Chicago Bears, you're going to have another 13-win season next year. I would take the under on their win total for 2026. Hot take.
I think that's a good take. I think that's a good take that is probably something that not a lot of people are thinking about yet just because it's so
I'm always thinking.
early. I love that. I think that they do have a very tough division. They
do.
Like none of those teams next year are going to be rollovers or shitty teams. What do you think? To me, when I was watching the Rams game, we talked about weather being a factor for Cali kids, things like that. It did look like. Do you think the Bears defense is actually that good, or do you think the weather was a factor, or did it look like the Rams weren't clicking as much? Because it didn't seem like effortless, or at some games it just looked effortless to them, or Nakua would do something crazy, or Adams would do something crazy. It just seemed like lull.
I think Puka was cold.
Yeah.
I think Puka was cold.
I agree.
I think actually cold.
Oh.
And cold.
Yeah, well, I mean, you think BYU, cold.
Been a while.
It's been a while.
But Devontae played for so many years in Green Bay.
He wasn't worried about it.
And Matt Stafford played for many years with the Lions, has a lot of outside games.
Yeah.
So I don't think they were concerned. And obviously, we've been on football teams. Hey, you're going to play Wyoming this week. It's 14 degrees and snowing.
Get
you
ready.
say that in the Monday morning meeting. Yeah, no shit. Check your weather app, right? But these are big boys. They know what they're doing. I do think the Bears defense is very, very good. I think they got
really
hot. And I think, they were pointing it out. They let up a lot of points, but they also produce a fuckload of turnovers.
Yeah.
So, yes, they're letting up, but they're gaining possessions. And they're giving
more chances.
They're giving their team they're playing scoring touchdowns, but we're giving our team more possessions, and that's leading us to the opportunity to win these games. I don't know, but if you look at it, the Rams, they got to play Seattle in Seattle.
Okay.
That's gonna not be as cold as it was last week.
I think like when we're going to you've seen the Instagram stuff, people talking about like opening kickoff could have just ended the game there at this point because they would have won if they scored 0 more points. First things first, have you seen the video of the person from the apartment complex of the kickoff? And it gets crazy loud.
Yeah, I'll show it.
Yeah, pull that up. It's pretty freaking cool. I saw that like an hour after that person had posted it, and I was like, got the chills. I'm like thinking, do people forget like about the Beastquake and like how the awesome fan base that Seattle has? Oh, you can't hear it,
It's okay.
Just imagine seeing this.
dude.
I went to Seattle for a preseason game to watch Mac play on the Chiefs, and that stadium's rocking. For
Yeah.
a preseason game, it was rocking.
Dude,
And it's designed by the architect who specifically keeps the sound in the stadium. It bounces off the roof and comes back to the field itself.
Yeah, I would love to. We've both talked about this. We love the atmosphere and the fans and the whole ambiance of the game. In any sport.
Love the atmosphere.
Yeah, love the atmosphere. I would love for Seattle, the game's in Seattle, right?
Yeah.
To have another crazy play like that and see if they can get a Beastquake moment.
I think they can. But talking about this specific play, so Raheed Shaheed takes the opening kickoff 97 yards to the house. At home in front of fucking like one of the craziest fan bases in all of sports. Like the 12th man's like a thing there.
Yeah.
Okay? They, no bullshit, physically knocked the wind out of the 49ers off that play.
Yeah.
I've been a part of games where the opening kickoff is housed and you're at home and you're at their house. Bro, you're standing around the sidelines like, all right, guys, like usually you're trying to say to yourself like, all right, it's our turn. Let's go get one now.
Yeah.
If you don't score right then and there, you're fucked.
Dude,
Your energy level, let's just say your tank starts at 100. A 96
you're like
yard
45.
off that atmosphere in a divisional rival, and you're the 1 seed, you probably go down to like a 32.
Dude, well, think about this, right? That happens, right?
Yeah. And they just kept going.
Well, no, you've been a part of games where you're like, it's going to be a long game.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to say 7 seconds in.
7 seconds in.
It's going to be a long game, fellas.
And guess what? You're fucked all of a sudden. And then, you got guys going down, guys getting hurt, guys getting stingers.
And that's been their whole season.
And that's kind of crept in your mind a little bit. Kittle wasn't in there. Kittle, as great of a player Kittle is, you could tell George Kittle is the glue guy or one of the glue guys to that locker room.
And I think
he sets the tone.
I think it's multi-factored, right? Not only is this guy like a personality guy, great personality, good guy to be around. Obviously, he's a great teammate. But
picking you up.
But look at he's picking guys up.
Like
He's
after
just
that house call,
just like you're saying.
he would have been like, "Hey guys, let's go. Fuck that. Let's go."
And there's a difference between I'm in my travel suit saying, "All right, guys, let's go," versus I'm suited up saying, all right, guys, let's go.
Right.
I'm going to put it on my back.
Face mask. And let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
Well,
go.
the other thing is we saw all season, look, when he went down, they couldn't run the ball. Their offense efficiency completely plummeted, and I think that's what you saw. They couldn't do anything.
Bo Nix broke his ankle.
Dude,
terrible. Let's talk about this. So Bo Nix breaks his ankle on allegedly the second to last play of the game. Okay.
Can I just say?
Go ahead.
It meant nothing either. That play meant nothing.
It's football. Shit happens. It sucks it happened on a play like that instead of a scramble where he got fucked up.
Right. I wish it would have been like a Fernando Mendoza moment.
Right. And
It's
he pops up.
It's like, oh, he got hurt, but he saved
the touchdown.
He
Got the
saved the
first
day.
down. Right.
Not like, oh, I'm just gonna try to
it's-
get. I'm gonna try to get a yard or two. Oh, I just broke my ankle out for the season.
Bo Nix breaks his ankle. I felt like it was very quick to be announced at the press conference.
Yeah, I instantly thought it was fake media. Like
I'm not trying to be that guy, but we know guys. We've had to play through some shit. Okay.
Yeah.
And I kind of made a little talking head, just saying like, hey, like, you would think, okay, I fucked my ankle up. They say it's broken. If I'm Sean Payton, I'm going like, are you done? And did Bo Nix just go like, yeah, hey, broke my ankle, I'm done? I feel like a lot of people would say, you know what? Like, what are the options? Is there a brace? Is there a tape? Is there a soft, I know Peyton Manning used to wear this crazy-ass cast.
Let's use this example.
Phillip Rivers played on a torn ACL one game. Like,
Justin Herbert had surgery on his hand, played the next week. Didn't miss a week. But
obviously,
foot is different.
Your foot.
Yes.
And again, I'm not knocking him for not playing. If that was the thing that needed to happen,
and
I just feel like you should have slept on it for the night and talked to the doctors the next morning and been like, "Are we for sure fucked? Are there any possibilities? Can I get some painkillers?" Like,
here's my. I have multiple questions that come off this. One,
please.
How do you get results back that fast? Obviously, it's not like a normal hospital where you go in, you have to sit and wait for the doctor.
No,
to look
they
at
have
it.
a machine in.
They have a machine. The doctor can look at it instantly. I get that, but. So you're saying, I mean, it was what, 15 minutes?
15 minutes.
15, maybe 20.
Yeah.
That means he went straight, took his shoe off, x-ray, doctor goes, you have to have surgery.
Right.
That's pretty quick. I feel like, I get what
I
you're
feel
saying.
like it was pretty bang bang.
Yeah. And now
that's a big fucking deal. And again, it's not week 7. Like,
you're on a Super Bowl run, number 1.
You're the 1 seed. You're 1 game away from going to the Super Bowl, right? Maybe you make it to the game plan like, hey, Bo's not going to be able to scramble very much. His ankle's fucked up. We're going to do handoffs and shotgun RPOs.
Here's my thing. Isn't that something? I mean, the way I went through college, we keep everything in-house. We don't want the other team knowing what, game plan-wise.
No, you could have
said nothing.
You could have said nothing until Friday.
Yeah, and just been like, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or are they hitting a Uno Reverso? Oh, Stidham is the starter, and now Bo Nix is actually playing.
So that was my take, and everyone's like, you can't give false information in the media.
No,
but
I'm just asking, would they do that?
I don't know if they would do that.
I don't think you can do that personally.
But why? But what if Bo Nix is like, hey, I feel better on Wednesday, or like, hey, actually, we're gonna give it a go. They're not gonna say, no, you said Bo Nix isn't playing. Like, they're not gonna fucking do that. So, I mean,
you want to talk about having some nuts? We talked about Cignetti having nuts. Imagine Sean Payton.
Sean Payton has nuts.
Being
and if you're the Patriots and you're expecting Jarrett Stidham, and all of a sudden, first series Bo Nix comes out, that stadium's going ape shit, and you're going, whoa, hey, we weren't expecting this guy.
I'll tell you this: that's not what's going to happen.
No,
but it's funny to talk about.
It's great podcast banter,
right?
Okay, let's go to Jarrett Stidham. Okay. Does he have what it takes to get the job done?
I don't know. I mean, he had 7,000 yards in college. He had, a good amount of touchdowns.
Was behind Brady for a period of time.
Was behind Brady for a period of time. At one point, he was pissed that he was not named the starter for the Broncos. Like, it wasn't like, Bo Nix has just been,
he's the guy.
Man.
You're coming to back.
No, he was
competing for.
He was competing for a spot. Seriously, what? Maybe 28 months ago. I don't know what the actual amount of months are.
Probably less, yeah.
Yeah, and it was, it was a good competition. he has struggled when he's gotten put in, but this is different. I feel like once you're in the playoffs and you're in this moment, like, you know, the Eagles, they had something similar. Nick Foles, you know, I think he was bantering a little bit on social media, kind of messing around.
Yeah, so Nick Foles had a tweet
Second time the Patriots, right?
Yeah, he was basically saying Patriots don't do well against backup quarterbacks in the playoffs.
Classic.
And love that for him.
Hey, that's a classic. That's a guy. Like, I love that. Now I'm like, I kind of want to have a beer with him, because if he's
I'd have a beer with Nick Foles.
If he's throwing out that classic banter of like, fuck the Patriots and chirping them,
why not? He got the job done.
I love it.
Okay, so here's my hot take. All right, so Jarrett Stidham's the guy.
That was a deep breath.
I put some thought into this. So Jarrett Stidham's the guy right now. I think he does have success. I do think the Broncos beat the Patriots.
Ooh.
Now, here's where I'm at. The third string, now backup quarterback, is Sam Ehlinger. Okay? Sam Ehlinger had the opportunity this year to go and be on an active roster at multiple NFL teams. Okay? This is at the end of camp during cuts. It was a big story where Sam Ehlinger said, I don't want to go be a backup on other teams. I think I could be a guy here. He took the pay cut and started off on the practice squad with the Denver Broncos. This is something, if you're an agent, you would not advise this. You go get the active roster money and get the active quarterback paycheck. I think Sam Ehlinger had a lot of trials and tribulations through his career. He was, kind of the guy who, after Colt McCoy, he brought Texas back.
Yep.
Right? And he's had successes and failures, but I think he trusts the Sean Payton system. I think he trusts the foundation of things. And I think it's destiny that Sam Ehlinger is going to be the quarterback for the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl this year, because he stuck to his fucking word, stayed with the Denver Broncos, and he's going to get his shot on the biggest platform possible. I think that's my destiny hot take of the day.
Wow. That's just something that was given to you. Like, this is what it should be.
I just think that Sam Ehlinger has God's hand above him right now.
Wow.
And
like you did.
Not saying Jarrett Stidham. I don't want him to get hurt. I don't want anything like that.
Maybe he gets beat out in practice this week.
Maybe he throws 2 interceptions in the first 2 possessions. Hey, let's try something else.
Hey, and all of a sudden your defense comes up clutch and gets a few 4th down stops and you're back in it.
Like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. I thought it was weird in the beginning, especially having my brother go through all the cuts and guys getting picked up and practice squad and all this shit.
He trusted the process, bet on himself.
He bet on himself. Sam Ehlinger bet on himself to stay with the Broncos.
Well, and not only that,
I think he's going to be the guy in the Super Bowl.
Well, not only that, what you're saying too is not only did he bet on himself, but he bet on this organization.
Exactly.
And Sean Payton and the guys.
Which leads me to say, Frank, you're saying Sam Ehlinger is going to play in the Super Bowl. Well, that means they're going to have to beat the Patriots. And I have a crazy thing, okay? So, Oz the Mentalist. You're familiar with the guy? Oz.
Oh, yeah.
Goes around, talks, guesses guys' ATM PIN numbers. Joe Rogan got all pissed on the show about it. He does all this crazy shit.
Yeah,
okay?
I've followed him for a while. I know the exact clip that you're going to bring up. It's good.
So, the Rams this year had him out during camp.
Yeah.
And he did what he does, where he tells a guy to stand up, and
dude, I
has his, hey, Matt Stafford, toss the ball to somebody, then toss it to someone else. He predicts it, writes it on a paper, and then goes and he's right.
Yeah.
Okay. This year in Rams camp, in the midst of this, he basically foretold that the Super Bowl was going to be the Rams versus the Broncos, and the Rams were going to win 24-13.
Yes.
There's 2 games left.
24-13?
24-13. So he not only has the Rams and the Broncos going to the Super Bowl, which there's 4 teams left, 2 of which are the Broncos and the Rams. So he's fucking right so far. And he has the score. I was telling my dad about this today.
Is it Oz or Oz, whatever his name is? Is he playing the long game like magic trick, greatest trick ever?
I don't know if it's the long game necessarily. I don't know what he knows. I know I've never seen him wrong.
Time
he says
traveler?
He doesn't have. He's. It's not magic. It's all like different tendencies, and he can predict things. But two things. One, is he betting? Is he a betting man? Does he know that the Rams are gonna win the Super Bowl? Did he put a fucking wager in?
Huge, but like he had to use like his
Third party, his nephew's friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and he's like, I'll give you 10%.
And then, does he play the stock market? I don't know. But all I'm saying is, I think that based off, Frank, how are you so confident the Broncos are going to be the Patriots? On paper, the Patriots should fucking win this game.
Yeah.
I'm saying because O's the Mentalist predicted that the Rams would beat the Broncos, and that guy's never fucking wrong. I think the Broncos are going to beat the Patriots and play them in the Super Bowl.
Okay, we need to get this guy's number, or talk.
I think he's a hard guy to get a hold of, Steve.
I don't know. Frank,
River, you want to play that real quick?
Frank, you Frank,
That's all right, don't worry about
you have found a way to get in contact with some people I'm surprised you got in contact with. I would not be surprised with that.
I'm just saying, what do you when I bring that theory up, what flaws do you see in that theory?
First thing I think of is there's a big difference between doing a magic
Card trick.
show
Yeah.
trick in front of in an environment that's, controlled. You
And then guessing the Super Bowl winner.
and then like film room on the field play, completely different thing. But I mean, who knows? Maybe this guy's a time traveler. I mean,
Is he in? Are we in a simulation?
does he already has he unlocked maybe is he like Doctor Strange's guy?
I don't know.
Rewind
but
time.
you can't say it's not fucking crazy the fact that he picked two of the 4 teams.
His parlay is still live right now. Is basically
His
what
parlay
it
is
is.
still live. His parlay is live.
Yeah.
And okay, this is
Should we throw a parlay on that? Well, just something not out of pocket, but something fun to
hammering a parlay between the Broncos money line and the Rams money line this week called the O's the Mentalist Profit X parlay.
Yes.
And I might not even watch the games just because I want to see it ride. That's a lie. But I seriously, I've watched so many videos on this guy. I've watched 10-minute videos, 25-minute videos, elaborate clips. I listened to the whole Joe Rogan episode with him. It's like 3 hours long. Joe Rogan, he loves conspiracies and shit.
Well,
okay?
and didn't he guess his
ATM
phone
pin code?
Yeah, ATM pin code. Yeah.
And Joe Rogan didn't like it. He's like, how the fuck did you figure that out? He told Joe Rogan to call one of his buddies and they had to pick like a second grade friend, and he guessed the name of the second grade friend. And it was not like Chris. It was like a Bertha.
Estavo.
Yeah. It was something. It was like a Sebastian or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. This guy has not been wrong. I've never seen him wrong.
I've seen him do some things that I'm like,
How the fuck?
you can't do that.
How the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be in the same room with that guy.
I don't either. I'm like, I don't really. It's not like I have a lot of money, but I'm like, all of a sudden my bank account's drained empty.
I don't think he's that guy. I think he's Oppo. I think he's like, I'm going to put 10 grand in your bank account and then take it out. Look at it. But like I said, I think it's a bulletproof plan. I think it's a bulletproof fucking plan.
I love it. Let's go with a guy that knows nothing about football. Let's ride with him.
I think he knows a thing or two.
Yeah, maybe.
Better than
Well, I'll tell you this. He knew what a flea flicker was.
There you go. Other things on the money category. Are you familiar with Mr.Beast?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I love Mr. Beast.
So Mr. Beast does all these different challenges and stuff. He has this game show now. And all I'm getting at is this. Mr. Beast, on his challenges sometimes, makes it like a team. And it's like, I'll give you guys X amount of money and, you guys can split it up, blah, blah, blah. Basically, Mr. Beast, there's a clip going around. He told a guy, if you press this button, I'll give you $1 million, but your team will be eliminated. This dude, before the guy could finish his sentence, presses the button.
Oh, there was a caveat.
His
though.
whole team gets eliminated, but he just won $1 million. And people are giving him shit like, you should stay loyal to your team, which is stupid because by the end of the show, their team's not your team anymore.
Right.
You know,
it like narrows down, and now you're
Exactly.
going against your team.
now you're solo, and everyone thinks that he was a bad guy for taking the milli, and he's like, bro, I'm $1 million richer.
Okay.
Fuck these random ass 5 people that are on YouTube with me for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you got
Well, it's
offered $1 million, press the button, your 5 random people on your team are eliminated. I'm doing it in a heartbeat.
Well, yeah. I mean, I could see if it was like my aunt that has cancer, and like
Collect the bag and pay for her cancer.
Yeah. Well, that was gonna be my first question. Is there a like contract that says you cannot give them money? Like,
Dude, once the money's in your account, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
yeah, just put it. I don't actually. I mean, people are probably gonna hate on me in this clip, but like, if I don't know them, I have zero obligation to them.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
You're on a game show.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's zero obligation to these people. What are people mad about?
Dude, it's like they're fucking Boy Scouts, and all they care about is like a little team camaraderie. Bro, I'm on the Beast Games.
No, guess I'm on team.
I'm trying
Comstock.
to Spider-Man a skyscraper right now for $1 million.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pay the rent right now.
The whole point of me going on the show wasn't
The
to become a
spaceship.
part of this team.
Fuck
Like, it's
the team.
it's not like I'm on the Denver Broncos and
Number 467th.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about.
I'm not on the Denver Broncos, and it's like if you take this $1 million, nobody wins a Super Bowl or blah, blah, blah.
You're gonna miss every PAT attempt all year if you take this $1 million.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
It's
Different.
You're not impacting them in a negative way.
Not at all.
No. Anyway, that's a good one. That's a good take. People are gonna be pissed about that.
I think people would roast him if he made the opposite decision too.
Yeah, there's the other half of the people that are like, look at this fucking idiot.
Well, put yourself in his fucking shoes.
Yeah.
Like, press this button, $1 million, but your team gets eliminated. Don't press the button. Then you have a chance at splitting $5 million with them down the road. $1 million, I would probably have done it for. I probably would have done it for $25,000.
I'm not even gonna say what I would do it for.
What would you do it for?
I'm probably like an In-N-Out burger right now. No, dead serious. I would do it.
$10,000,
I'd do it for $500. $5,000. Honestly,
It's survival of the
No,
fittest.
I would do it for $10,000.
It's survival of the fittest.
$5,000. I can get $5,000 if I really like grind. $10,000. I get $10,000 too,
But $10,000's nice to have it. Like,
10 grand's like-
press this button, $10,000 in your bank account all day,
yeah,
all day.
I might hit it like 5 times.
Okay, UFC 324 coming up this weekend. We got our guy Josh Hokett.
The Incredible Hoke.
The Incredible Hoke. His second UFC debut. He's 7-0 all time.
Okay, so I have a question for you on
Okay.
this.
I don't think there's odds out yet.
Is he going with his regular walkout song, or is he going to switch it up and go something different because it's an arena?
I don't know. It's a real card.
Yeah,
We saw him fight at the UFC Apex, which was awesome.
it was great. Okay,
Josh Hokett is minus 240 right now.
that's great. That's perfect. That's kind of right where you want it. Anything more than that, it's like, is it a
Is it a good fight?
is it a trap fight? Like, are they giving him all this, and then it's like
I don't know.
he can?
These are his odds across the board.
He's minus 200 right now.
I feel like that's
across. Yeah, so he's in the 200s.
yeah, and that's perfect. That's okay. My question: if you could bet, would you say he's going to come out with his headband and his glasses?
Yeah, I think that's who he is.
Yeah.
And it's unique because, I mean, it's like having a tradition you do in high school football where you're the man, and everyone could fuck off because you're the man.
Yeah.
And then you get to college and you're like, am I going to keep that same energy right now? Am I going to keep that same fucking energy? And either's got to be who you are, or you tone it back. I think one of the reasons he's gotten as far as he is because he's created the personality and the persona and the character along with Josh Hokett. He is the Incredible Hoke. And you see him do these interviews. We got to get him back on Bring the Juice.
Dude, we have to.
But he's doing these interviews, and like he'll talk like normal Josh Hokett, and then he'll throw like his sunglasses on, and he turns into like this fucking gremlin,
Yeah.
like a psycho. Like one of the biggest bars he ever said is just like he wants to eat people's hearts and take people's souls.
Yeah.
And it's like really think of the depths of that. Like not talking about a water buffalo or a deer. Like these are other grown men at the skill level to being the Ultimate Fighter. And he wants to kill those guys.
Yeah. He's not choosing like some like thing that he knows he can take down.
I don't think he fears any man. I don't think Josh.
I couldn't agree more. Have we talked about the story? Have we talked on the podcast about him losing the wrestling match and then like we didn't see him for weeks or like 2 weeks? He basically lost a match he shouldn't have in college, and he goes, "Guys, I'm going to go to a dark place. You're probably not going to see me for a week or two." And he came back and just beat the crap out of everybody.
I think
It was awesome.
I'm very excited. I don't think he's going to be starstruck by the lights and the glamour or anything like that.
Going to the point that you were just making about, you know, his persona and his, you know, like who he becomes when he puts those shades on. I used to sit with him my freshman year, you know, new to Fresno State, you know, don't know everybody on the team. He'd be like, "Dude, come kick it at my house."
Yeah.
We're playing video games. He's like, we're just, you know, shooting the shit. As soon as he turns his live stream on, he's that Hokit. Like he's that guy. And that's him. Like, that's been him. Like, he's not like when he puts on that, you know, that
When he puts those glasses
when
on.
he puts those glasses on, he turns into like the Incredible Hulk. Like it's not like he just made that up one day. Like maybe he made it up in college when we were doing the live stream. Like when he would live stream.
I think he's always had it.
He's always had like that little.
He just coined the name.
Yeah.
That's really what's. He's brought it all together now.
Yeah, and it's good, and I like what he's doing. I think his speech after his last fight at the Apex was good.
Well, yeah. Now it's like you're in an arena.
Yeah,
Go get that win and say that shit again.
and you know he's hungry for that. You know
He's hungry as
hungry
fuck.
for that,
He's gonna want to keep fighting.
and he's good.
If he gets this win in fashion, do you think how many more fights till he gets ranked? Because there's not a lot of heavyweights.
No, there's not, and it's interesting because Derek Lewis fights on this card too.
One card after him.
Yeah,
One fight after him.
Yeah, and like that's not. I mean, you rarely see multiple big guy fights, like heavyweight fights. I would love to see him start climbing into those rankings, but who knows? You know, it could take a while. I'm not sure how that heavyweight thing would happen. I think if he goes out there and, you know, because he folded the guy last time.
If he wins in the first round again, like,
Yeah.
or if he wins in the first in under 2 rounds, like knockout or chokeout, I think he needs one more, and then he'll bump up to like
I like that.
13.
I like that. What I do want to see, what I would love to see right now is him go out here, get a great finish, just like the last one. Maybe a little longer. Let him throw hands a little bit longer. I hate when I see guys get in the UFC and they have like 4 knockouts in the under 2 minutes, and it's like, well,
Bo Nickel type vibes.
can this guy fight for 3 rounds? Can this guy?
How is he when the distance is going?
How is he mid-fight when you have to dig deep? You know, we talked about with Aljo, like, what is it like when you went from 3 rounds to 5 rounds, or from a 6-minute wrestling match to a 15-minute fight? And he was like, dude, it's different, you know? So I think the best thing we could see is, like you said, him get a first-round finish or maybe a second-round finish this fight, go get another win, and then maybe once he's ranked, get a little bit longer of a fight, see how pressure tested, how are the bearings holding up when we're putting some pressure on it.
What about, we'll close with this, we got Patty the Batty against Justin Gaethje.
Dude, I love both of these guys.
Yeah,
it's so hard. It's
I wish
like,
I was going.
It's almost like, you know, when you're a dad now. I'm not a dad, but it's like, who's your favorite child kind of question. Like, you know,
Who gets the win?
I would love to, and this is the age-old tale of the UFC. Do you want the guy that's on his way out to get one more run, but at the cost of up-and-coming bright star having a setback? Or, you know, because, I mean, the way Gaethje got knocked out by Max Holloway, it's like, I don't want – Gaethje was like one of my heroes. The way he did oh, my gosh, why can't I think of it? The crazy guy. The way he did, thank you. The way he did Tony Ferguson, like, I was like, dude, Gaethje's like was one of my favorite fighters. So it's hard for me to say I want Patty to win, even though I like the guy a lot. But
Right.
it's like watching one of it was the era that I grew up in the UFC as Gaethje.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't want to see him get slept or
Well,
lose.
he's made it pretty clear, like, if he loses this fight, he's probably done.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to get another run.
Right.
That being said, who wins?
Dude, I think it's a toss up. Personally, I think Patty is just really driven right now.
I think
and
Patty's too hot.
I
think Patty's so fucking hot right
But
now.
you also got to think like,
No homo.
ooh, this guy, he's like, what, you don't like chubby Patty when he's like out of shape off fights? You like?
I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I think he's on the projection of Conor McGregor.
Dude, I mean, he's a great fight, and he has, like you said, he's hungry, but he has the skill set.
He talks his shit. He's kind of just like this
A goofy ass
loose
dude.
fucking, I'll fucking knock your fucking head out. Like, he has that shit to him.
Yeah,
He has a country behind him.
he does.
And
That'll do something to a man.
do something to him, man. In a heartbeat.
River, clip this with all of the Conor McGregor, Jose Aldo just getting ripped on.
Yeah, write that down.
Right there. All right, will be
No, but
gold.
Patty's got the fucking swagger. I think the way he did Michael Chandler was like, I didn't think that was going to happen,
Well,
and it
think
happened.
about when we watched Chandler. I forget what fight he lost, but he like at the end of the fight stood up with the guy on his back and jumped backwards. Like
It was Justin Poirier.
Yeah, that was a classic fight, and like I would group those guys all in a similar.
I would group them together too because they're that generation.
Yeah, in the way that he did Chandler, that's what makes me like,
Fuck.
like, dude, I wouldn't. If you asked me like a year and a half ago, who's way, I'm like, oh, Gaethje will destroy this guy, but he is looking good.
Patty the Batty.
According to Frank, he's hot.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I exit, I just want to encourage everybody to partake in the golf tournament March 6th and 7th at Dragonfly Golf Club. We have a great roster of NFL players coming. A lot of volunteer opportunities to work it. If you just want to come and get fucking hammered, great day to get on the list.
Or I ain't anybody. Do my little dance while I do my God goodness. They thought I was tripping or popping the molly. You out there copying swag.